What's the most ridiculous way you've ever caught someone doing something wrong? My friends turned a teenage graffiti artist into a human piñata at our graduation party, and his own parents made him stay that way as punishment. At our high school graduation party, I was looking for a quiet place to take a phone call from my grandparents who wanted to congratulate me. The house was packed, music was blasting, so I headed to my friend Jake's backyard shed thinking it would be peaceful. I opened the door to find our neighbor's 15-year-old son, Tyler, spray painting graffiti all over the inside walls. This kid had turned the whole shed into his personal art studio. Tags everywhere, paint cans scattered around, the works. He looked up at me like a deer in headlights, spray cans still in his hand. It took me a minute to process what I was seeing, but when it hit me, I ran back inside yelling that we had a vandal destroying Jake's family's property. A few girls immediately wanted to call his parents, but for the guys at the party, it was already too late. They'd had a few drinks, and this seemed like the perfect graduation night adventure. Some of them grabbed water balloons from the party decorations. Others started collecting supplies. Tyler saw them coming and panicked, trying to escape through the shed's back window, but he slipped on his own wet paint and fell face first into a puddle of green spray paint. The guys tackled him before he could get up, but instead of being aggressive, they just held him there while he sat covered in his own graffiti paint. He looked absolutely terrified and kept mumbling apologies. That's when someone had the brilliant idea to grab the sidewalk chalk from the little kids' activity table we'd set up for Jake's younger cousins. They started drawing all over Tyler, flowers on his arms, smiley faces on his cheeks, caught in big letters across his forehead. But it didn't stop there. Someone else brought out the party streamers, and before I knew it, they were wrapping Tyler up like a human present. The kid just sat there letting it happen, probably in shock. Within 10 minutes, he looked like a human piñata, covered in chalk art and wrapped in colorful streamers. Then one genius decided to hang him from the basketball hoop in Jake's driveway. They didn't hurt him, just suspended him there in his streamer cocoon with his feet barely touching the ground. At this point, the whole graduation party migrated to the driveway to see our creation. Someone put a graduation cap on Tyler's head and declared him our class mascot. We brought the speakers outside and kept the party going around our human decoration. Tyler kept asking to be let down, but honestly, he looked so ridiculous that even he started laughing after a while. Someone offered him a soda through a straw, which he actually accepted. The real fun started when parents from neighboring houses came over to complain about the noise. But when they saw Tyler hanging there and we explained he'd been vandalizing the shed, their attitudes completely changed. Instead of being angry about the party, they started taking photos and praising us for catching their neighborhood graffiti problem. Mrs. Peterson from 2 houses down said she'd been wondering who was tagging the stop signs. Mr. Williams mentioned mysterious spray paint on his fence. Suddenly, Tyler was the most popular guy at the party for all the wrong reasons. The best part was when Tyler's own parents showed up after someone texted them. His mom took one look at him hanging there covered in chalk and streamers, then marched over to inspect the shed damage. When she came back out, instead of being mad at us, she looked at Tyler and said, "You're staying exactly like that until you clean every drop of paint out of that shed." His dad was trying not to laugh, but failing miserably. We've been wondering where our spray paint was disappearing to. Looks like these kids solved our mystery. So Tyler spent the rest of our graduation party suspended from a basketball hoop, decorated like a piñata, while gradually working on cleaning the shed with a brush someone handed him. He became our entertainment for the night. The cops never came because the neighbors were all on our side. Tyler's parents thought the whole thing was hilarious and appropriate punishment, and Tyler learned his lesson about respecting other people's property.